Hello and welcome to another StartProto tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about sales orders and how they get entered into StartProto and then how we're going to be able to manage them. So sales orders inside StartProto are by default in the sales orders tab or page here, where we can actually view a list of all of our sales orders that are still open in some way. If we want to see the completed ones, we can come up to the top here and hit show completed sales orders. And this will reveal all of our sales orders, even the ones with the completed status. Sales orders by default are displayed in a pivot table-like view where I can drop down on any sales order and view the items within the sales order. If I want to also click on the eyeball, it'll give me even more detail about what's inside the sales order without having to leave the page. I can also view sales orders in a very flat way by viewing the sales order line items table. The sales order line items table is an amazing way to go and search for all the sales orders related to an item. This is one way of doing it, but you can also go to the item page and view all the sales orders that way. It also gives you an idea of what sales orders are in total and unshipped. So down here on the bottom, we could see if we have a set of orders that are due within the next month, we could filter to just those sales order line items and see what we could expect to ship in the next month. Also, right here, visible from the sales order page, are the order statuses. So our schedule analysis basically tells us that this sales order line item is predicted to be complete around 48 days early, which is amazing news. And we can view these schedule analyses and simulations on our scheduling page. And there's a whole entire video about that if you want to learn more. So creating a sales order is super easy, and we try to make sure that it's never a cumbersome task. All you have to do is open up in the top right, we have a create sales order button. If I click that and select the customer I'd like, it'll autofill billing address and shipping address. I can have custom fields on sales orders, which are essentially a way to store custom data points on any entity. And in this case scenario, we don't have any configured, so I can just ignore that. And then I can add items to a sales order. So adding items to a sales order is super easy. I can pick from my part library and it's going to tell me how many I have of that component in stock. And I can even pick from different price levels and price quantities. If let's say they order 10 and I had a price quantity or price break for 10, I can pick that straight from this little menu here. I can also come in here and adjust the due date on all the different line items and the expected ship date in case that's different. If I'm happy with what I've got, I can hit save. If I'd like to, I can also add a brand new product from the sales order page without having to close the drawer. And that lets me quickly go and add a new sales order line item without having to wait for someone to add that or get caught up. It's been added now, and we charge $4.50 for that. So super easy to go and add that to a sales order without needing to leave this flow. Lastly, I can set a due date, and if I do business in different currencies, I can enable multi-currency and even change the currency that the sales order gets presented in. If I hit confirm, it'll take me to the sales order confirmation page, where from here, I can print labels for all the different line items. I can print an order confirmation off, or I can even watch the sales order. So in case anybody makes any changes, I'll get a notification about that. If somebody wants to comment on the sales order, they can and discuss it. Or if I'd like, I can even come into my sales order line items and hit create job. And this will create what's essentially a work order that links back to this sales order line item. And that can be done very quickly straight from the sales order page. Now that job or work order has been linked straight to the line item. So that's a high-level view of creating sales orders and how they're organized inside StartProto. The last thing I want to show you is a dashboard here that summarizes our sales orders and sales metrics. Because this is a demo account, we don't have a ton of data in here, but there's still an amazing view of what kind of open order amount we have, the sales order completion rate, our on-time delivery rates, and then the shipped versus unshipped amount for every customer or account inside our system here. Well, that is a high-level view of orders and sales inside StartProto. You can also create a sales order by converting a quote over into one. So there's multiple workflows here, but if you have questions or want to see more, feel free to book a demo on our website and we'd be happy to go into more detail. Thank you.